Good afternoon, everybody. Today I'm in the mood to attempt to rehydrate this venison and wild rice stew that I made last month. And unfortunately, the venison that I put in this was really tiny chunks. I think you can kind of see one right there and right there. And in the process of breaking this up, it kind of like turned to powder. A lot of the venison did. So the flavor's still there, but there's not a whole lot in there. So here's some really large pieces of venison that I got from a deer this year, and or last year, and I'm going to use that instead. So let's get to popping this open and see how this works. Venison stew. I mean, that's wild rice and corn and carrots, peas, peppers, mushrooms, and a wild rice blend. I can't remember the brand name, so no big deal. And some yummy venison. Man, I don't know if anybody's not had venison, but man, it's worth it to sit out there for hours and hours on end to get one. I'm gonna be doing it again next year for sure. So anyway. Got in a little, see, there's a piece of venison. There's another piece. Small pieces. Alright. And then we're going to take a couple extra pieces of venison out of here. Can't reach it. It's breaking apart. It's the only issue with meat, especially pulled meat like this or strips, that it breaks apart in strips very easily. So you got to be careful with it, or it can break up very easily and not really resemble meat anymore. So I think that'll be good. So in 1 second, I'm gonna get the water. All right, got some piping hot water. This is a cup and a half, a little over a cup and a half, that I just microwaved for a minute and a half. And I know some people that freeze dry go to great lengths to document how much food is on each tray and weigh it out and then measure it again after it's been freeze dried. That way they know exactly how much moisture has been taken out of the food and how much to add to it. And I'm too lazy to do all that. I don't care. So I just kind of guesstimate on how much water to add, and sometimes I add a little bit too much, other times not enough. But then there's other foods like eggs that I think taste better with more water added back to them than what was originally in them. I think they turn out a lot creamier. So I guess it's just really everybody's preference. So a couple of dry spots here. So I've used about a cup of the water so far. That might be too much, but it's looking pretty good so far. It's going to take a few minutes for the peas and the corn to come back though, because I've always had difficulty with those coming back right away. So that's looking pretty good. So we're going to give it a couple of minutes to sit here covered. Just a little bit more water. There we go, make it more of a little bit of a soup. Alright, and we'll be back in a few minutes. See ya. I just remembered that when I made that venison stew that I didn't have any extra mushrooms or peppers. They were already freeze-dried to add to it, so I figured I would just add them afterwards. So that's what I'm doing right now. I got out some mushrooms and peppers, rehydrated them in a little bit of water for a moment, and then I'm kind of just giving them a little fry and some oil real quick to cook them. We'll add it to the stew here in just a moment. Be right back. Okay, stew's looking good. Let's add my mushrooms and peppers. don't know about you guys, but that's looking really tasty. I did end up adding another 1/4 cup of water to this, so I used up about 1 1/4 cups of piping hot water. And the venison did break up, but at least it's you can actually nicely see it in there, nice and stringy. Prior to, there wasn't very much showing because I don't think I put enough venison in this, you know. So that's looking pretty darn nice to me. Let's give this a try. Add a lot of bit of salt because I like salt, like too much salt. And yeah, it looks really good. Oh yeah, that was good. And the venison is perfect. The corn and peas came back nicely. Those are the peas I have takes the longest because they've got a really tiny crunchy center in them that take a while for the moisture to penetrate. But once they do, man, they come back perfectly. That was really good. Well, thanks for watching, guys. This was awesome. And to top it off, I made some homemade bread the other day. So I'm gonna add some butter to that and it'll be a great meal.